Let's raise the big questions then. Who will check this Goondaism? And I'm calling that Goondaism by the Kanwariyas. Police handling vandals with kid gloves, Dadagiri replacing faith, hooligans giving devotees a bad name. Joining me now, Sriraj Nair is spokesperson Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Vikram Singh is former DGP UP, and Anand Kumar is sociologist. He also had set up a group that promoted communal harmony. Appreciate all of you joining us on the show today. I want to come to you, Sriraj Nair, first. How do you explain this hooliganism of the Kanwariyas? Different incident, not just one stray isolated instance, and it's been happening year after year. Cars being bashed, dhabas being broken, and a general sense that they can get away with this lawlessness. What is your response? Is this a classic example of faith being overtaken by rampant hooliganism?
Well, Rajdeep, I was seeing on your screen a couple of incidences. Now, Kanwar Yatra has been taking place for centuries, and the incidences which you have shown, that's supposed to be from UP or from Uttarakhand. All three governments from where Delhi, Uttarakhand and UP have BJP government and are known for strict law and order. In UP, the government has eliminated a lot of big dons and criminals. Now, anybody who's taking law in their hand, whether it is anybody for that instance, should be brought to books. And we, as Vishwa Hindu Parishad, we believe in discipline, and we believe these are some stray incidences. And let the law and order of UP
No, you're saying these are stray incidences.
Now,
you're saying these are stray instances, but they're happening year after year. The fact is that the same Kanwar Yatras, they're given VIP treatment, they're being given free food. There were rose petals showered on them not too long ago. I mean, they seem to believe that they can get away with it. Why are they then doing it? Or they are unemployed youth who are totally lumpenized and simply seduced by consumerized religiosity.
Listen, Rajdeep, recently we saw UP hosting Kumbh Mela. Crores of people came in and they went from where they came. Now, these are all not organized yatras. Who comes, we don't know. So that is the reason I am saying, who were these people? Let the process go. Law and order is there in UP. Let them check who were these people. Now, all these incidents which you show on your camera, we don't stand by it. We condemn this kind of incidences. But at the same time, straight away blaming Kanwariyas is we are jumping the gun.
No, who are they? They are Kanwariyas, sir. I'm not straight away blaming them. They are Kanwariyas. I take your point that a few people may well be giving a bad name to the entire yatra.
There are conmen everywhere. There are conmen who pose as reporters also.
Okay.
There are conmen everywhere in the society posing as cops, posing as reporters. Now, who are these people? Whether they are real Kanwariyas or who pose as Kanwariyas. So, we have Vikram Singh ji here. We have seen several instances, people, jihadis posing as cow vigilantes and blaming on the Bajrang Dal. So, similarly, this could be one of these incidences. So, let us not jump the gun.
I've taken your point. Just hold on.
Let there be proper investigation.
Okay. You're saying that you do believe that these instances are to be condemned. I've taken your point. Let Professor Anand Kumar respond. Professor Anand Kumar, do you believe, as Sriraj Nair said, this yatra has been taking place for centuries? Has something fundamentally changed? Because, dare I say, religion and state power have come together. So the yatris, many of them young youth who possibly are unemployed, feel a sense of empowerment. This is their moment in the sun. They can get away with anything. They are VIPs.
It is true that there has been a tradition of walking from one sacred place to another sacred place and connecting this with some kind of ritual and some kind of practice. But if you compare with the 70s, in the last 30 years, it has become a public spectacle. There has been a competition between various parties, not only government, but parties to felicitate these Kanwariyas. And these Kanwariyas are a mixed group. There are people who are faithful Hindus, but there are people who think that Hinduism and hooliganism can go together. they think that when they are walking, they monopolize the whole public space called roads, and nobody should walk their way. Nobody should come in their way, and then they have a right to beat them, punish them. So I'm happy that Vishwa Hindu Parishad spokesperson condemns this kind of an attitude, but there has to be a real tough positioning. There is a softness about it. You know, people walk around all over the country in south, north, east, west, from one place to another place, and this has been a way of expressing your faith and your commitment. But Kanwariyas in Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh have become more aggressive, and this is something which has to be looked into very carefully. If you ignore it, you will be ignoring some kind of a trend which is equating Hinduism with hooliganism.
Was it very different, Anand Kumarji, earlier? Do you believe it was very different? Has something changed
Most
in the last few
certainly,
years
most certainly.
now that you have a party in power in the BJP which has openly said we will take wear our religiosity on our sleeves? Does that make a difference?
No, this is some kind of a negative assertion of your identity. Religious identity is an important factor in culture of every community. Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, Sikhs. But the way Kanwariyas are behaving in this area, around capital region, I have been a student in 70s and I taught in 90s and 80s. I think there is a radical difference. There is open patronage and there is open benign neglect of misbehavior by some of the Kanwariyas. They are advised by the traffic police itself, don't go that way, sir. Please turn your car around because Kanwariyas are ahead of you. Is this a real practice?
That's an
or
important.
it is something which is being.
You made a important word which I want to take to Vikram Singh, open patronage. Vikram Singh, there's a sense that the Kanwariyas are now given complete patronage by the state. All the lines between state and religion have got blurred. The state, as I said, showers them with petals, free food. The roads are opened up for them. Does that make the police's task that much more difficult if you have to actually act against them seriously?
Asdeep and gentlemen, good evening. The job of the police was never easy. And wherever you have crowds, political patronage is a compulsion. And I feel that irrespective of any political party, they would like to patronize wherever there is a gathering, irrespective of which community, whether it is Kanwar, whether it is Kumbh, or whether it is Muharram, or whether it is Eidgah. All such congregations are patronized by political people. But the police have a job at hand. They should see to it that no such ugly incident takes place, whether it is by Kanwariyas or anybody else. They should have planned these arrangements. I've done them for years. Requires meticulous planning, and now you have the luxury of the drone technology. You could have the drone technology, you could have plainclothes men and women who could have absolutely been merged with the crowds, anticipated something.
No, but are they treated as no, sir? But you know, the police I know has to do. Are they given special privileges now? Because, as I said, the lines you have, for example, in Uttar Pradesh, a Hindu monk who is the chief minister of the state, who's openly endorsed the Kanwar Yatras as a spiritual journey, and therefore the Kanwariyas perhaps feel that they have got complete support from the state. Yes, there are anti-social elements in every community, but this seems to be more people drunk on power. You destroy a dhaba because you claim that onions were being served in the food. You break someone's car because it's touched by. It seems that they believe they can get away. Where does that impunity come from is all I'm asking.
My answer to your very specific question is that impunity comes from the fact that the police could have done their job much better. I have handled these processions for years together, and nothing like this happened ever because there was planning and there was meticulous planning, and we did not have anything taken by chance or allowed the grass to grow underneath our feet. The planning was such that no lumpen elements would do ever, unless he had suicidal tendencies, would do a thing like that. Now, perhaps to your question, 2 or 3 dimensions have added now, like showering them with flower petals. This again, something very, very simple, but it gives a signal that perhaps they have a special status. The very fact that this posturing has happened also tends to embolden the people, especially those who would like to take the law in their own hands. I would have been very happy that every such person who has transgressed the rule of law is taken to task and given exemplary punishment. Unfortunately, that has not happened either in Muharram festivals or also in the Kanwar Mela. Irrespective of the festival, the law should be unsparing and all those who break the law should be taken to task and given a lesson for a lifetime. But that is not happening. I'm sorry to say that.
But I'm very, Sriraj Nair, you're very clear that all these people should be given the strictest punishment. Am I clear?
Yes, there has to be proper investigation, and it is the police's duty to find out who the real culprits are, whether they are real
culprits,
Kanwariyas
they are on
or
camera.
they are
No, who are the
conmen.
real
That has-
culprits?
that
They are the
job is the police's
no,
job.
no, Mr. Nair, how can you say they are not the culprits? We are catching them on
anybody,
camera. They've
anybody
broken
who
a
takes
poor
the law and
woman's
order
dhaba.
in their hand should be punished, of course. Because
Okay.
see,
You can't say
Rajiv,
that
I'm telling very
they're not
clearly,
the real
every
culprits.
yatra as far as Hindu dharma is concerned, whether Shabrimala yatra, Wari or Kanwar Yatra, all are pure and pious yatras. But I categorically am saying, let there be investigation. Let us not jump the guns. Whether they were
Okay.
real Kanwariyas or criminals posing as Kanwariyas, let there be investigation.
Okay, let there be
Because
investigation.
let us not go in for a media trial. I condemn violence in any form. I
Okay.
definitely condemn, but it's a big congregation, large number of people coming in, and let the police check, let the police investigate.
Okay,
If they
I
are
will-
caught, and they should be punished. As
Okay,
simple
I
as
will
it is.
ask, let me ask Professor Anand Kumar one final question. Professor, is this lumpenization of our youth, in many cases we found them to be unemployed youth. They get a sense of empowerment by going on the Kanwar Yatra. According to Sriraj Rai, they may not be actual Kanwariyas, they may be disguised as Kanwariyas to give the Kanwar Yatra a bad name. What will you say?
Rajiv ji, it is in a way vulgarization of culture. It's not only Kanwariyas. Throughout the year, if you make a calendar of events and activities, there are people who are collecting donations on the highways in the name of Saraswati Puja, Durga Puja, Kali Puja, Dashara, Diwali, and of course, there are other religious groups, but they are not so dominant, so daring. So it is something which has to be noted. It should not be put on the police. How can police get into the biodata of every person who happens to be a Kanwariya? It has to be both. The cultural leadership must take responsibility, and then administration comes into play. I think Vikram Singh ji has something to say.
Right, now I'm going to leave it there. Vikram Singh ji, you want to add 30 seconds very quickly?
Absolutely. It is the job of the police to be proactive and to anticipate the incident. And in these cases, where there is spotters at the dhaba or at the vandalization or the attack on the car, which is including as lady drivers, there can be no question that it is incontrovertible evidence and they should be booked under the NSA also.
Okay, let me leave it there. Certainly, we won't see bulldozers at their house, I fear. And I don't want to say more than that. But if you are going to have a uniform law, I don't believe that bulldozers should be there in the first place when they short circuit the law, go through the entire process. But you can't have bulldozers for one community and rose petals for another if those individuals are involved in criminal activities.